Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stamp with Anna. And this is my first post for October, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So every October I send thinking of you and cards of support to the people that are in my life that have been affected by breast cancer, and unfortunately there are quite a few. So I thought that I would share a few of those cards this week. So the first one that I'm going to make today is, it's actually not a card to someone who is in the midst of cancer treatments, but instead it's for either that person or that person's family to send to those who help out during this time. I've had so many people in my own family who have been affected by cancer, so many different types of cancer, and it's kind of hard to go on with your normal routine without the help of so many people that are in your network, other family members, friends, co-workers. So I have found myself sending thank you cards to people who have done special things for those in my family who have been fighting this battle. So I thought that I would make a thank you card that I'm going to give to someone that is going through this, because they're not at the point where they can send their own, go out and buy their own card or make their own card to send. So I'm going to give her a stack of thank you cards to send out. So this uses the brand new Ribbon of Courage stamp set that was designed by Patty Bennett, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And once you hit $1 million in sales, you are privileged to be able to design your own set. And she's a wonderful demonstrator, and she had a whole story about how this came about. And I encourage you to find her on online and hear her story of how she came up with this set. But this is the set here, and it has some beautiful sayings: sending loves and hugs your way, live every moment, laugh every day, love with all your heart, and with faith all things are possible. Then there are two different images for large ribbons with a small heart and a large heart and a little flower. And it comes with a coordinating die that has the flower, the two size hearts, a large ribbon and a smaller ribbon, and a leaf that you could use for the flower. So what we need for paper, I'm using the Stampin' Up! Note card sets that come, the note cards with the envelopes. But if you're making your own note cards, this is Whisper White, and the note cards do come in thick Whisper Whites, which are good for a base. This is 5 by 7 scored at 3.5. Then I have a piece of Blushing Bride, which is 4 7/8 by 3 3/8. And then a piece of Whisper White that is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp and die cut this large ribbon from my matting piece. So I'm going to use Blushing Bride, and I'm going to stamp this sideways like this. And then with the coordinating die, I'm going to take this over to my Big Shot and die cut this out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've die cut this out, and I'm going to put that aside, and now I'm going to attach this piece to my card base. And there's just a tiny little border on the card base. I needed it to be a little big so that I could fit my my ribbon on it. Okay, now I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to bring in my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to use for the outside and inside sentiment, I'm going to use the Floral Phrases stamp set. It has a special note of thanks to you for all the thoughtful things you do. And I think that that is just so appropriate for one of these cards. So I'm going to ink up the sentiment that says a special note of thanks to you. And I'm going to stamp that right down very bottom here. And while I have my stamp out, my ink out, I'm going to stamp the inside of my card. And this again is a sentiment that says for all the thoughtful things you do. And I'm just going to put that right in the center. All right, so believe it or not, we're just about done. I'm going to take a couple dimensionals, mini dimensionals, and I'm going to put one at the top. I could actually use a full-size dimensional in the middle here, but since I have my minis out, and I'm going to position this just so that it hugs and frames the sentiment. Then I'm going to put some fuse on it and center it up and put it on my card. Again, a small little border. The last thing I'm going to do is put some little jewels, and I'm going to put 3 right on the bottom of this ribbon. And it's a nice, simple card, simple thank you card. Less is more sometimes, and that's exactly how I feel about this card. So there we have it. I'm going to take my little... There we have our card. A special note of thanks to you for all the thoughtful things you do. And I just think it's so appropriate to give to someone who's been helping you during your time, or for a family member to give to someone who's been helping out on behalf of someone else. So there's that card, and I'll be posting another card on Wednesday for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I hope you come back and join me then. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products I've used, please contact me through my blog, www.stampwithanna.blogspot.com. Thanks so much.